I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test part 385. Dates in the calendar. While doing lunch training, and if you participate in the lunch training, that is at your own risk. This page lists all the key dates of the British calendar that are mentioned in the official study materials. So the ones which are dates. Now we're starting here. The 1st January is New Year's Day. 1st January, and we're taking direct where we have written the pages in which they are. Because we said it a couple of times that I hadn't done it in the glossary here. And we did it every time we looked, almost every time, where we had written to what in the last 20 parts. So New Year's Day, and we're taking directly New Year's Eve or Hogmanay, 31st December. The way they explained Hogmanay sounds more like Hogmanay is not just on the 31st December, but also on the 1st and the 2nd January. Because the way they're writing it here, it's just on the 31st December. We're going to go to page 72. Now there we're going to write us that Hogmanay is in Scotland for some people, even more important than celebrating Christmas. On another page they told us that people are singing sometimes Old Long Syne by Robert Burns. But in Scotland it is also the 2nd January public holiday. And that's what we're going to tell us on page 72. 1st January is a public holiday. People usually celebrate on the night of 31st December called New Year's Eve. In Scotland, 31st December is called Hogmanay. Okay, just 31st December. And 2nd January is also a public holiday. Okay, just the 31st December. Why not the whole festival? Hogmanay. For this little moment, when we had Robert Burns, I was thinking about what Hogmanay might mean, or what the words are. Hogmanay. Now, I don't know what it means, but actually the name how it is, it sounds more like one day. Not like the name for my, it sounds like something, Hogmanay, so that day. But maybe the whole 3 days. Known in Scotland as the Bard, Robert Burns was a Scottish poet. He wrote in the Scotch language, English with some Scottish words and Standard English. He also revised a lot of traditional folk songs by changing or adding lyrics. Burns' best known work is probably the song Old Lang Syne, which is sung by people in the UK and other countries when they are celebrating the New Year, or Hogmanay as it is called in Scotland. The next date is the 14th February, Valentine's Day, so 10 and 14th. Valentine's Day, February, 14th February. And that is the day when lovers sending each other nice cards. When the 1st March is St. David's Day. And this is the day of Wales. So St. David is the patron saint of Wales, and the celebration day is the 1st March. So the 1st March is St. David's Day. 17th March is St. Patrick's Day. Patrick was a missionary going to the north and missionarying there to Christianize people. And he's now celebrated on St. Patrick's Day, on the 17th March. And St. Patrick is the patron saint of Northern Ireland. 1st April, April Fool's Day. I think St. Patrick is the patron saint of whole Ireland. It would be interesting. It's not, or maybe not important, I'm searching another word. Not interesting, not important, but it is interesting. So the 1st April is April Fool's Day. And some people dare to do some harmless trust traps for people. So April Fool's Day, some people are doing a little mischief play. What did we call it? On the paper must be here. Yeah. 72. We're all together. When people play jokes on each other until midday. And the television and newspapers are often having stories with the April Fool jokes, so which are lies. And when the 14th April, that is Waishiki, also called Baishiki. So 14th April, Waishiki or Baishiki. And that is a festival, and it celebrates the founding of a Shi community known as Kasha, with parading, dancing and singing. 23rd April, that is St. George Day. St. George is the patron saint of England. It would be so beautiful to know the origin stories. I think I know one of St. George, but it would be just beautiful to have the stories by St. George. Or the stories of St. George. So the 23rd April, that is St. George. St. George is the patron saint of England. So on the 23rd April, St. George Day is. Last thing, Halloween, that is the 31st October. Some people are going around trying to pretend to be monsters, knocking on people's doors and saying, "I want candy." No, and they might not get, sometimes no one is at home, and then we can just move on, everything else would be illegal. And sometimes we're getting a little candy. So it's Halloween. And we're gonna go on in the next part. Now we're gonna do lunch training. If you're just here for bonfire night and the other things, then you can go directly to the next part. If not, lunch training, and if you participated in it, that is at your own risk. And we bring one leg up and point the foot, and we are bringing the foot up and down, up and down, up and down. And now with the other leg up, and point the foot down, up and down. And now we have a leg sitting apart. Yes, that is lunch training. And we're breathing in and going down. And down. Okay. Okay. And out. Everything cross the legs. And out. So, first exercise. The 6-pack squat squeeze. The legs are staying wide apart. And we go into quarter squat. So a little bit on a few centimeters. And we're pressing against the top of the upper leg with just one hand. You can do this with a lot of pressure. The target is also quite easy. Now on the other side, we're pressing. And we're going down into half squat, and we're pressing against the middle part of the leg. And on the other side. And we're going down into 3/4 squat, and we're pressing close to the knee. And on the other side. And up again. Now to the fast giraffe with the water pump. That's the name of the exercise, the fast giraffe with the water pump. We're having the legs standing wide apart. We're going down to the 3/4 squat. We're pressing against the knee. And we're going towards the knee. So press against the knee and go towards it. And again. Last one. One more exercise like this, the propeller. The legs are standing wide apart. We're going down into full squat. Letting the arms at the side. We're going down to one side. We're looking up to that hand, and we're pressing the hand against the leg with a little bend in the elbow. And look up to that hand. And in the middle, out to the other side. Press against the leg with a little bend in the elbow. Look up to it. And in the middle, and up. We do all the squats, not do the lunges. 90-90 lunge, so both legs 90 degrees, tall with the back, and press on the inside against the knee. and over to the outside. 90-90 lunge, turn off the back, and press from the inside. And back to the other side again. 90-degree, 135-degree lunge, turn off the back, and pull the leg up. And over to the other side. 90-degree, 135-degree lunge, fall off with the back and pull the leg up. And over to the other side. 90 and 150-degree lunge, fall off with the back and pull at the top of a shin bone. And over to the other side. 90, 150-degree lunge, fall off with the back and pull at the top of a shin bone. And last exercise, a rock jumper. Full lunge, pull up with the back and pull at the top of a shin bone. And over to the other side. Full lunge, pull up with the back and pull at the top of a shin bone. And the stretching. One leg with the heel onto the ground, going down and pulling with the toes up. The other leg, heel onto the ground and pull with the toes up. And the legs are standing shoulder width apart, breathing and lifting the arms up. And out, we're leaning back, we're bringing the arms down, we're doing the crab in the morning. In, come up, and out and again down. Again and again in, the arms up. Now bring the hands to touch, the palms, again, and out and lean now with closed hands back, the REG in the wind. Again in, and out and lean going back. Into the middle, close a bit, and out we're doing the down bending swan. Now bend the left leg and bring the right leg with the heel to the right and turn with the body to the right. Bring the toes of the right leg to the right and turn with the body to the left. And both legs again straight in the middle. Now bend the right leg. Bring the heel of the left leg to the left and turn with the body to the left. Bring the toes of the left leg to the left and turn with the body to the right. And both legs again straight down. Breathe in into the up diving swan. Close my hands and out and down. Let's do it. Closing exercise. We're breathing in. And out. And again. Out. And the last round breathing. Out. And again in. Close the legs. It was lunch training. I thank you very much and